Let's do it.
Hi everybody and welcome back to the Maui Jim Marlin Series Championship right here at South Pointe in Kona, Hawaii. Fishing at South Pointe brings new challenges when it comes to fishing for marlin. We talked with some of the anglers about South Pointe.
I've never been down here to South Pointe. I travel and land a lot to look at the green sand, the beach just on the other side here, but I've not actually fished down here. I've stopped and talked to the fishermen on the cliffs here, the way they fish, and there seems to be a lot of bait fish in this area, but I've never had the opportunity to fish it before, but I thoroughly enjoy it.
I had wished it would be a little bit nicer water, but from what they told me, it was kind of what I expected. It's a very rough and wavy, choppy water. I believe there's a lot of fish out there, but it changes the strategy of the captains. I think where I'm used to fishing off of Kona is a lot more calm water. The guys know their spots a little better. I think it takes a little bit more expertise and patience in this area.
South Pointe is truly a beautiful location and added an element of skill and strategy to our championship. Another unique element of the Maui Jim Marlin Series Championship is the use of groundbreaking technology called satellite tagging. On hand for the tournament was marine biologist Richard Brill.
This is really the leading edge of technology for pelagic fish movements. They're called pop-up satellite archival tags, or PSATs. And actually it's a little computer, and here is a light sensor. So just like the old navigators would take sun angles and could figure out their position on the Earth's surface, this does the same thing electronically. So in other words, it knows when local noon is, so it can tell how far east and west, it can fix its east and west position, and it can tell sunrise and sunset, and then calculate day length, and it tells it how far north and south it is. Plus it records temperature and the depth at which the fish is swimming. Records all that data for up to 15 months, and at a predetermined date, this little link burns away and it pops to the surface and dumps all the data to the satellite. So we get a complete record of the fish's movements for the year so that the animal carries it.
There have been 3 out of 5 tags that have popped to the surface and that have successfully transmitted data. This data is received by the federal government National Marine Fisheries Service and is translated into maps of the marlins that track throughout the Pacific Ocean.
Well, one of the things we learned is one of the controversies is, do these animals survive when they're released? And this will tell us that. But yes, migration, because these animals travel worldwide, and we need to figure out where they're going, where they're spending their time, if the fishery that's occurring here is affected by the fishery that's occurring in other parts of the Pacific. It's basically for fisheries management issues, but we get a lot of good basic biological information. These are highly migratory species. They move around all over the place, and we'd like to know how often they move, whether they come back to the Kona Coast repeatedly, things like that.
This satellite tagging is truly what sets this tournament apart from any other. If you would like to continue to follow the track of these marlin, visit hawaiica.org. There are 2 methods of fishing for these grander marlin. One way is trolling with lures, and another way is trolling with live bait.
We caught some live bait a while ago, and Jason got the live bait out and got the slack in the line, and he can pretty well tell what type of fish is after the bait, and that's why he's holding it over there. So when a fish comes up, marlin or whatever it is, and goes after the bait, he knows that, and the crew will hit the lever, we'll try to get him hooked up, and then the fight's on.
As you have seen during the show, there are still a lot of wild and remote areas of Hawaii that won't see a hotel or parking lot for years to come. Hawaii is many things, and yes, you can find high-rise hotels and all the shopping you can handle, and of course, the beautiful beaches. Up next, the final day of the championship gets underway. And how about it? Can anyone catch the Kila Kila as we fish north along the Kona coastline? Things will start to get interesting.